Hey guys, what's up? We are back with another video today, and today we are doing, as promised, a new Chicago Bears mock draft after the trade of number 1 to number 9 with the Carolina Panthers. If you want to check out my video from last night where I break down the trade with all the trade details, the implications that it has, and stuff like that, it will be on top of the video, I think up here in this top left hand or right hand corner. Make sure that you also hit that subscribe button down below. We are closing in on 1,000 subscribers. It costs you absolutely nothing. Hit that subscribe button down below to help out the channel. Like this video if you enjoy it, and comment all your thoughts and opinions. Let me know what your thoughts are with the Bears trading back all the way to number 9. What your thoughts are on the picks and everything in between. So make sure that you let me know, and let's get started with today's video. So at number 9 overall, I have the Bears selecting Tyree Wilson, the edge rusher out of Texas Tech. Just an athletic freak. We've kind of had discussions about him in previous drafts, where we traded back with the Raiders to like number 7, or with the Panthers to number 9, where he became more the premier edge rusher compared to Jalen Carter or Will Anderson. And I think it is possible, maybe not likely, but possible Tyree Wilson is here at number 9. I find it unlikely because I do think that a team like maybe the Falcons or the Raiders or the Seahawks or somebody takes Wilson. So I think that is more likely than the Bears getting Wilson. But he's here at number 9, so I take the athletic freak that just is. He's going to really shine in this style of defense under Matt Eberflus and Alan Williams. Talking about the trenches, at number 53, I have the Bears selecting Jalen Duncan, the offensive tackle out of Maryland. Both of these players are really, really raw prospects. Duncan is probably the rawest of offensive tackle prospects. He also has performed some of the best at the combines, at the Senior Bowls, and stuff like that out of anybody. The only problem is he's really, really raw. But I think that this is a possible player that you can get and fill the hole that you have at right tackle. And here's the other thing that I also kind of had in mind was if he doesn't work out, and you also have Larry Borum as a safety plan to play right tackle. It's not your best case scenario, obviously. But if you need him to play right tackle, you can play right tackle, or you can pick up somebody in free agency. But I think Jalen Duncan is worth the risk in taking at pick number 53. At pick number 61, the pick from the Panthers, I drafted Steve Avil, the offensive guard out of TCU. I think that Avil is a really, really good guard and possibly the best guard in this class. There's been a lot more discussion recently between Avil and Osiris Torrance out of Florida between which one is the better guard. Personally, I think Torrance is the better guard, but Avil has definitely been shooting up draft boards, especially with his combine performance, and I wouldn't be surprised if he is the number 1 guard taken in this draft class. But here in the late second round, I think he's great value here. And to be honest, I don't think it's like too late in the draft to be like, oh, why is he here? Because guards, they just don't go that high, and if Torrance or Avil isn't taken until the early second round, there's a high possibility the next one doesn't go until the middle or the end of the second round. But talking about a guy that will not be here at that pick, but was available in this mock draft, was number 64, Kalijah Cansey. There is just no way that he makes it all the way to the top of round 3. Cansey, the defensive tackle out of Pitt, has really shot up draft boards and has even been talked to be better than Jalen Carter in this draft class as a safer selection due to the criminal issues that Jalen Carter has with the situation, the sad situation that went on with the death of his teammate and the Georgia staffer in that car wreck, and then having the warrant issued for the arrest of basically poor driving. I forget what the exact arrest warrant was for, but he turned himself in, posted bail and stuff like that. So I think that it is all good in that category. But Kancey could be the number one guard taken, or the number one defensive tackle taken. So I find it highly unlikely that he is here at number 64, though. It is possible. There are times where people fall, and it's just like, why do they fall? There was that with last year with when the Eagles selected the Georgia linebacker that I can't think of his name. The Georgia linebacker, but basically that's the reason there. Then at pick number 103, I have the Bears selecting Adetowame Edebare, the defensive end / defensive tackle out of Northwestern. Really, I think that this guy fills the hole of being able to play both inside and play 3 technique, but more importantly can play outside, and then that fills both your holes at the edge rushing positions that desperately need to be filled. I think that is really, really important when you're doing that, to be able to address that type of need. Then at pick number 133, I have the Bears selecting Zach Pickens, the defensive tackle out of South Carolina. Again, we're going to continue to address the lack of defensive line help that the Bears desperately, desperately need. And Pickens continues to address that defensive line because other than Justin Jones, the Bears just simply don't have any help on that defensive line that I really want starting next year. Don't get me wrong, guys like Trevis Gibson and Dominican Robinson, they can be guys that are rotational edge rushers the same way that like Roy Robinson Harris was for us a couple of years ago. But as a player, full-time, as a starter, maybe Trevis Gibson could be this year or like in the future. I think because like he had this, I think it was 7.5 sacks the previous year, but he just really fell off this year because he was the best pass rusher on the team, and that with all that pressure being on him, the double teams and stuff like that, it really, really hurt the Bears. So heading on to pick number 136, we're going to address a secondary that needs a cornerback too, and we're going to take Garrett Williams, not Wilson. Garrett Williams, the cornerback out of Syracuse, really a guy that has a lot of playing experience, has a lot of length, and has a lot of ability. And to be honest, I have him valued as a early 4th round cornerback, and this is going to pick him in the late 4th round, if not, I think it may be the 5th round here at pick 136. I think it's 4th round though. I think he's a late day 3 or early day 3, late day 2 type of pick. I really like Wilson personally, or Williams, not Wilson. I don't know why I keep saying that. He provides a lot of experience, played well at Syracuse, and provides, that's the biggest thing, is that he provides experience, which is something that's needed. And whether you want Kyler Gordon playing nickel or playing outside corner, I think Garrett Williams can definitely play either one of the positions. But I think that the Bears are probably leaning more towards Gordon playing at that nickel position, and I think Williams can be that outside corner, which is harder to find in the late rounds of the draft. At pick number 148, I have the Bears selecting Shaka Hayward, the linebacker out of Duke. With Shaka Hayward, really it's just adding to the depth of the linebacking core. I think that is something that you really need to do as a Bears fan, a really underrated need, especially now that you have DJ Moore. It's a need that needs to be addressed. Other than Jack Sanborn, I don't want any of the guys that are currently on the roster starting next year. Maybe as backups, but starters probably not. Hayward, yeah, it's a later day 3 pick, but I think that Hayward also fits a need at linebacker, and maybe he isn't the linebacker that you're looking for, but you gotta shoot. You gotta be able to take some sort of shot at being able to pick up a linebacker, and I think Hayward was the best one available. Otherwise, I was going to try to get Dalen Henley at the top of round 3, but he was picked at pick number 1, at pick number 60, 63, and I picked number 64, so I was very frustrated in that matter that Henley was already off the board. Otherwise, I would have picked Henley there. At pick number 218, I have the Bears selecting Chandler Zavala, the guard out of NC State. I think that this adds to the depth. I really like Zavala. A channel that I watch a lot is the Bootleg Football Podcast, and I think that that is a really important podcast to just go ahead and listen to. They just know a lot about football, and it's where I get a lot of my knowledge from. And I think that Zavala is a really, really good player, played well this year, and could be a swing guard / center for you. At pick number 258, I have the Bears selecting another Northwestern product, Evan Hull, the running back out of Northwestern. I think Hull is a good value at this late of the draft, and I really did not have any positions that needed to be addressed, and Evan Hull was just best player available, so that's kind of what I went with. So that's going to wrap up today's video. Hit the 2 videos down below. One will be a playlist of all my mock drafts, another will be a video that YouTube suggests for you. Hit the subscribe button up here as we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. Man, I am so excited about that. So that's going to wrap up today's video, and as always, have a great day. Bye.